AMD recently reported its quarterly financial results, and I've had time over the last few days to digest all of the numbers that came out from that earnings release. So I thought it'd be a good time to update my 2025 price prediction for AMD stock. In other words, I'll answer where I think the stock price will be by the end of this year. I use several valuation methods to come up with this conclusion, and I'll share with you the details of where I'm getting the numbers from, my thinking behind the analysis, and why I've picked and why I've estimated these prices for AMD stock by the end of this year. Of course, I'm curious to hear your thoughts, so after the video, if you think my estimates are too high or too low or on point, please let me know in the comments section below. I quickly wanted to let everyone know about this great offer for my channel members at the investor tier. You can gain access to my spreadsheet containing my ratings on over 130 stocks. I update this spreadsheet with multiple times and multiple changes per day, Monday through Friday. Additionally, channel members at the investor tier can get access to my spreadsheet with my discounted cash flow valuations, and I update this spreadsheet multiple times per week with multiple new companies added to this spreadsheet with discounted cash flow valuations. There's already dozens on the spreadsheet available now. You can get all this plus early access videos, plus member exclusive videos, plus priority response to comments, all for less than $15 per month. So what are you waiting for? Hit that join button below and start experiencing the benefits. All right, so one of the methods I use for making a price prediction is taking a company's earnings per share estimate and applying a forward PE multiple to come to a conclusion on where I think the price will be. Another method I use is to do a discounted cash flow valuation model and use that intrinsic value per share estimate as something that the price could reach over the next 12 months. So as it stands, according to the analysts that are following AMD stock, they think the company's earnings per share will come in at $6.33 in 2026. The reason I'm using 2026 earnings per share and not 2025 is because I'm going to apply the 1-year forward price to earnings multiple to the earnings per share to come up with various scenarios where the price could be. So right now, AMD stock is trading at a forward price to earnings of 16.91, near the lowest the stock has traded for all year long. So based on the prospects for artificial intelligence and AMD's growth in the data center AI segment, and the coming replacement cycle in personal computers where AMD is gaining market share, I suspect the forward PE multiple will rise throughout 2025 for AMD stock. I suspect that as the company progresses throughout 2025 and they produce their results, and also they have their next generation GPUs coming out, accelerated computing products coming out for the data center, I suspect that the forward PE multiple will rise. So if the forward PE multiple rises to 20 and their earnings per share remains on track for $6.33, the stock price could rise to $126 by the end of the year. If the forward PE multiple were to increase to 25, the stock price could rise to $158. If the forward PE were to rise to 30, the stock price could rise to $189 per share. Of course, the current market price is $107 per share. So if the forward PE multiple were to rise to the higher end of these estimates at 30, $190, that would be a nice 80 to 85% increase for AMD stock investors, which would make them happy to be sure. But that's not the only valuation method I use. When I did my calculation for AMD stock utilizing the free cash flow expectations and a discount rate to conduct the discounted cash flow model and arrive at an intrinsic value per share, my intrinsic value per share for AMD stock came to $246 per share. Again, that compares favorably to the $107 per share it's currently trading at. According to the Wall Street analysts that are following AMD stock, they expect its free cash flow will rise from 3.4 billion in 2024 all the way up to 19.17 billion in 2029. Of course, this will be facilitated primarily by the AI business. AMD CEO said that their AI business came in at roughly $5 billion in 2024, and they're forecasting it will rise to tens of billions of dollars in the next few years. So they are very optimistic about their prospects in the AI segment, as am I, given their products and the success so far, and given the growth of the market of the AI data center optimized for AI and the limited supply for AMD, for NVIDIA, they're already sold out. And the market's willingness and desire to have a second player in the industry so that NVIDIA is not too dominant and attracts too much negotiating power and too much pricing power. So AMD has good prospects in that category. So combining my discounted cash flow valuation with my forward price to earnings multiple basis and coming to a conclusion, where do I think is the most likely scenario, or where do I think the stock price ends up most likely? I think AMD stock will end the year somewhere in the range of $160 per share to $180 per share. That's right, between $160 and $180 per share, which would be a significant increase from the current $107 per share the stock trades for. Again, you noticed, and I highlighted, I used several estimates and assumptions to come to this conclusion. So this is not a precise estimate, and it should not be taken as so. Of course, I've had AMD stock rated as one of my top stocks to buy. And you can see why, because I see great potential in the company's share price appreciation in 2025 and beyond. But I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Do you think this is the right estimate? Do you think it's too high, or do you think it's too low? Let me know in the comment section below. And of course, don't forget you can get access to these spreadsheets with the stock price predictions and discounted cash flow valuations with the channel membership at the investor tier. Did you know that over 90% of the people that watch my channel are not subscribed? It'll really help support my channel if you hit that subscribe button. And oh, by the way, one of the benefits of being subscribed is that I take requests from subscribers more often than I do from non-subscribers. So if you prefer that benefit, please subscribe to the channel.